Man heart fell in fear. How true the prophecy of Jesus, Luke 21, 25, and 26 concern the present time. We bear witness that the seas and waves are warring, that fear is now covering the nation, as shown by unusual heart failures that is now occurring amongst man. These are the signs of the end of the present world. The seas and ocean are heaving up tidal waves to a measurable height that man had never witnessed before on earth. This is another pledge that's upon the wicked, since the Holy Quran teaches that the judgment will be such that the earth itself will act, as though a revelation had been veiled to it, because of its perfect obedience to the laws of Allah on that day. Allah will use the power that is in the earth and the sea against the world of evil. The right way states that they have control of the power of the earth, sea, and air. It was prophesied that for a time they were subdued and have the use of the power of the sea, ocean, until he come who right it is to rule. The heaven and earth belongs to Allah God. Now is his time to rule. There is much prophecy concerning the terribleness of the judgment of the wicked. The power that's in the water is in the hands of Allah God. He uses it against whom he pleases. The earth, wind, rain, snow, and ice, and earthquakes are controlled by Allah God. It's a fearful sight to see the displays of his power, with the force of nature bowing and submitting to his will. I shall warn you that this is now coming to action against the Western world. There will be the destruction of whole fleets at seas. Those which are capable of lying on the ocean and sea bottom will be destroyed. The die is set with a foolish people who, like in the time of Noah, could not see the sign of the rain bringing on the flood, even after the cloud began to darken the sky. They did not see the oncoming rain until it actually started to rain. So it is with America. They pay no attention to the sign of the judgment that is now taking place, as the Bible prophesies in Revelation 16:9. They blaspheme the name of God, which has power over these pledges. How many in America and the city of Chicago disbelieve, even mock, and swear at the name of Allah, who have power over the force of nature, land, sea, and air? Allah God is now doing as it's prophesied. The Holy Quran, Surah 13:41, visiting the land and curtaining it of his eyes. The foolish still are foolish until he is cast to a narrow place and cannot turn to the right or left, as it was with the donkey that Balaam was riding. He came to a narrow place between two walls. He could not turn around. He had to stop face to face with the angels or be destroyed. The Bible, Numbers 22, 23, and 26. Let it be remembered that Allah God came forth for the redemption to deliver the American black people when they're tormentors. Whether we like it or not, we would do this. It's the work of Allah God, which is in effect. Let America use the history of the fall and destruction of ancient Egypt and of Pharaoh. Let their history serve as their warning. They were all brought to nothing for the evil done to a people whom Allah God has chosen. For example, of the last days, the law found black slaves and their slave masters. I'm scaring you, I guess. The Holy Quran, Surah 30:41 is perfectly true in its prediction of a present day nation, sea, and land. Corruption has appeared in the land and on the sea on account of that which man's hands has made. The fall of America, that's what's happening. Y'all don't see these planes coming down? Whatever, man. CJ, your mind is just not there today, man. Y'all don't see destruction coming to this land. y'all don't even see what's coming, man. Y'all don't even see why they're having a crash in Philadelphia and Washington. Y'all don't find this suspicious? Nah, Trump ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't doing shit. He ain't gonna even make America great again. It's y'all ignorant people put these people back into the White House, man. You know what I mean? It's y'all people who put these people back in office, man. Y'all don't find this a coincidence, man, of what's going on, man? What's happened in Washington? What happened at Philadelphia, man? Come on. There's people said that Amita came down, but I've been trying to warn y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't want to listen though. Y'all don't want to listen to me. I told you the mother planes is here, man, and they're here to drop bombs on the city, man. Y'all don't find this suspicious though. Y'all don't find it suspicious, man. Y'all, yeah. I've been trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't even go to my videos though. I don't even want to bring none of these people back. And I ain't stopping it, man, because y'all don't want to hear the truth, man. God is coming to a city near you, man. Y'all don't find it suspicious though. Y'all see. You know how ignorant America is, because they don't even know what's happening. They don't even know what's happening. Come on, man. I told you guys the motherships is here, man, and they're here to drop bomb and fire on the earth. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. But anyway, let me get back to this. It says the most great mistake that the black man is making today is just trying to hold on to the belief in the return of Jesus, or that he lived and preached the saving of this white man's world. This is false. Jesus did not preach this. Jesus had a few disciples. These also persecuted Jews, not to mention that he was trying to save them, or the Caucasian race. They are teaching a technology that the white man used to deceive the black man. They do this so that our people will not understand that Jesus declared himself against the world or the Caucasian race. The Bible. He also declared that the words of truth have no place in this race of people. They have proved this to be the truth by the mistreatment of you and me. The white race that never worshiped any prophets before or after Jesus as the divine man of Allah God. It is against their very nature to do this. That is why they kill all the prophets that they are able to kill. And deceive the people against believing in the prophets of Allah God. For they was made in their nature to be the enemies of God and his representatives. Okay, think for yourself. Look, man, I know what happened over there. I know what happened in Washington, D.C. I know what happened in Philadelphia. But y'all, see, y'all rather listen to the governments, to your world leaders. They don't even have a clue what's going on, man. I'm telling y'all, man. But y'all need to put the pieces together, man. Y'all need to dot in the lines, man. Y'all know the motherships is here, right? But they saying it's drones, they saying it's UAPs, right? But I'm telling you, a lot of people that just be like, okay, UFOs, if you don't know, right? But I know, man. And I'm trying to educate y'all, but y'all just want to go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Hey, look, man. If they don't know, right? If they don't know what's going on, right? But something always been hovering through our skies and multiple eyewitnesses seeing these strange objects, right? But I'm telling you, look, if you don't want to believe me, man, this is what I do for a living, man. I study for a living, man. The mother planes, right? You see? Look. You see this? The mother planes, man. The mother plane. See, the mother plane was made to destroy this world of evil and to show the wisdom and mighty powers of God who came to destroy an old world and set up a new world. See, the nature of a new world is righteousness. The nature of a new world cannot be righteous as long as unrighteousness is in its midst. The same type of plane was used by the original God to put mountains on this planet. It says Allah God who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise or due forever is right than any God before him, as the Bible and Holy Quran teach us. He taught me that this plane will be used to raise mountains on this planet Earth. The mountains that he will put on this earth will not be very high. He will raise these mountains to a height of 1 mile over the United States of America. This reminds us of the prophet prediction of this time of destruction of the old world and the bringing in of a new world. Behold, the Lord makes the earth empty and makes it waste and turn it upside down and scatter abroad the inhabitants thereof. Isaiah 24, verse 1. There are planes in various nations today, but this is the mother of them all. Why? Because this type of plane was used before the making of this world. Why should God make such a sign of his power to destroy a nation? Because this is the final destruction of that people who have opposed God and his purpose and aim for justice and righteousness. Look, the right race is not the people who was made righteous and then turned to unrighteousness. They was made unrighteous by the false God who made them. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, whom praise are due forever, taught me that this plane is capable of reaching a height of 40 miles above the earth. His words could have been a sign meaning 40 years in which the plane would go into action, and that referring actually to 40 miles. Allah God does not speak one word that does not have a meaning. See, every word that he speaks have a meaning. The mother plane, according to what has been strived of by the devil scientists, is capable of not only staying up for a long period of time, but it also capable of alluring the scientists. They want to attack and destroy it. But if a plane did get close enough to attempt to carry out this purpose, it would be destroyed. Instead, the white men have learned that this is not a plane to be played with. Planes come out of the mother planes. In the 1930s, the Canadian newspaper report that they saw the whale mother plane. It came down out of the sky. They admitted that it looks like a great city and that something came down from it and it appears to be a tube, but that tube-like thing went back up again. Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, whom praise are due forever, taught me that the 6 months to a year, the mother plane comes to gravity of the earth. It takes on oxygen and hydrogen in order to prevent it to stay out of the earth gravity until it needs refueling. So, like I said, you guys, you don't gotta believe me, man. It says here in Ezekiel vision. Now, Ezekiel prophesies of the wheel, right? Ezekiel vision concerning the wheel. He says that he heard the voice of one tell the others to take coal of fire. To take coal of fire. Did y'all know what happened in L.A.? It wasn't no fire. Did no man start that fire, man? To take coal of fire. See, look, in Ezekiel prophecy, it says here, in Ezekiel vision concerning the wheel, he says that he heard the voice of one tell the others to take coal of fire and scatter it over the cities. This means bombs, you see? This means bombs. It could mean fire too, however. The plan is to drop bombs which will ultimately be timed to bore quickly to a position 1 mile below the surface of the earth where there are time to explore. See, I'm telling you guys, man. I'm telling you guys. This is not a coincidence, man. There are orbits hovering around. There are orbits hovering around. And I know what each orbits, I know what it means, man. I know what each orbit means, man. But I'm not even finna tell you, man, because y'all don't want to y'all don't want to know, man. I'm reading For All America. Each orbit have a sign, man. Each orbit have a sign. But y'all ignorant though. Y'all don't want to know, man. You know that in LA, man, there was orange orbits. You guys know what the orange orbits means? Y'all don't even know what the orange orbit means, man. Oh, this is the Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, of what must soon come to take place. It says reading from the book of crazy crack. Your mama's a crackhead. Your mama shouldn't even have birth you. Stupid. Stupid. Go somewhere else. Stupid. Let me go on, man. Because these people, I'm not even going to tell y'all what these orbits means, but they are here. They are here. They are here. You think it's a lie? Why planes is crashing, man? Come on, man. Why these planes is crashing, man? They never had this incident though. But if I tell you guys the mother planes is here, if I tell you guys that people are seeing not drones, not UAPs, right? A lot of people say, well, it could be a meteor that's coming down from the sky. You know? Look, man, I don't care what these people do. They can't lock up God and his messengers, man. I got some stuff where I want to give you guys, but like I said, you always got some dumbass people that don't want to hear it, man. But let me go on. Brought nothing for the evil done to a people whom Allah God has chosen. For example, of these last days, the lost found black slave and their slave master. The Holy Quran, Surah 30:41, is perfectly true in its prediction of a present-day nation, sea and land. Power. Corruption has appeared in the land and the sea on account of that which man's hands have made. The most grave mistake that the black man is making today is trying to hold on to the brief and return to Jesus, or that he live and preach the saving of this white man's world. This is false. See, Jesus did not preach this. Jesus had a few disciples. Jesus also cursed the Jews, not to mention that he was trying to save them, or the Caucasian people. They are teaching a trigonometry that the white man used to deceive the black man. They do this so that our people will not understand that Jesus declared himself against the world or the Caucasian race. The Bible. He also declared that the words of truth have no place in this right race of people. They have proved this to be the truth by the mistreatment of you and me. The right race had never worshipped any prophets before or after Jesus as divine man of Allah God. It's against their very nature to do this. That is why they kill all the prophets that they are able to kill. They deceive the people against believing in the prophets of Allah God, for it was made in their nature to be their enemy of God and his representative. Before the time is out, they'll be forced into submission to the will of Allah God. This will not be done for the purpose of converting the right race. Allah God will force them into submission to prove that he is able to make everything bow to him into submission. This is a fulfillment to prophecy. We see the Bible, Isaiah 45:23. And to me, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. The Bible, Matthew 25:32. And before him shall we gather all nations. The Holy Quran has a similar prophecy that you shall see all nations kneeling before him. Yeah, your mama a false teacher. Your mama's a false teacher. This is a fulfillment to prophecy, the Bible, Isaiah. This includes everybody, regardless to their color. Everything in the universe obeyed the natural laws, and which was made subject to by Allah God. On the coming of Allah God, he now makes everything bow to him, whether you believe it or disbelieve it. The Holy Quran, Surah 13:82. It does not make a difference to him whether you are the devil or the righteous. All must bow in submission to the will of Allah God on the judgment day. We are now living in a day of judgment. Black preachers, you erase your time and leading yourself and those who follow you to hell by holding on to Christianity. Revelation 19:20. You cannot keep him in Christianity. Christianity was not the religion of Jesus, Moses, or any other prophet who came before them. It would have been a fierce on the part of Allah God to have waited until just 2,000 years ago to give the right religion to the world of man. Allah God give man the right religion, Islam. In the beginning of the creation of the earth, Allah God has not changed. His religion is Islam, entire submission to his will. Hell erupts. We see hell erupts. Why are the nation angry? And who are the nation that are angry at the resurrection of the dead? In the 18th verse of the 11th chapter of the Revelation. And the Bible plainly teaches us that these nations are angry and mad because of the rise of the dead, and that God himself was the source of the power behind the resurrection of a rise of a mentally dead people, the black man. It is these slaveholders who have been the real cause of a mental death of the people. Revelation relates to as being deprived of justice. God has come to give them justice and to justify them as being equal to their slave masters as human beings. And as you know, from the 400 years of legal slavery and free slavery of the American so-called, they have never been recognized, even as human beings. As one devil says, there are only 3/5 of a human being. It is true that the history of our treatment by the devil's slave master practically made our parents and ourselves less than human beings. This is why I teach that the main right we should seek first are human rights. Are human rights. The American so-called Negro fall in love with his slave masters and the slave master children because they're unlike attractive and their brothers in Africa. Therefore, the manifestation of the enemy, the devil, and the resurrection makes the dead to see that which caused them to be mentally dead. In the parable of the donkey who piled out meeting with the angel, he saw that the burdens he had been carried on his back was false, Balaam. So, in the resurrection of a mentally dead so-called Negro, they are rising to a knowledge of self. This knowledge makes them mute or refuse to continue to carry the slave master as something to worship. This have angered the slave master as the donkey refused to anger Balaam. See, Balaam set about whooping and beating the donkey to force him as unusual to care and respect him as his master. This use of force to compel the one slave, the black American, to remain with them even now in order to make them members of society is only false recognition of the black American. This lost and now found people of the black nation of Asia and Africa. This continued cruelty by the white slave master inflicted upon the American so-called Negro have angered God as the cruelty the Egyptian inflicted upon Israel during the time of Pharaoh angered Jehovah. This is a repetition of Israel slavery. Pharaoh became angry and went to work and tried to extract and bring to nothing Jehovah's delivery of Israel through his servant Moses. Through his servant Moses. This brought Pharaoh to his end, and he and his enemy was cast to the Red Sea because they tried to prevent the freedom of Israel by the God Jehovah. The angry nation refers to white America and European who are also enslaved of the black man. Take, for instance, the part that England, Germany, France, and Italy had all played in enslavement of black Africa and black people throughout Africa, Asia, here, in America, North and South America. There is no such thing in the nature of white people as freedom and justice for black people, especially not for blacks in the Western hemisphere. Now their anger is running them mad and they're attacking and killing each other. There is no such thing as peace amongst them, nor can they produce peace for others. Holy Quran refers to this condition as the kind of hell. Surah 81, verse 12. Never before have you witnessed the evil that is spreading far and wide every hour of the day in America and Europe. England, America being not the first, but the chief slave makers of black people. They dislike the idea of having Allah dispose of the power over the Negro. Though they knew this was coming, the loss of their slaves. This is the time of increase of knowledge. God has given the black man of America more light to this increase of divine knowledge than any black elsewhere, because he chose to make for himself a great nation out of the former slave of America. While America is angry at God for resurrecting the black slave to a knowledge of self and the slave master, this means that they are entering into a war with Almighty God Allah to try to oppose the truth of God preached by the messenger of God. Read the second Psalms, the great commotions. The great commotion of the governments and people of America, the civil unrest, insurrection, mental excitement, noisy confusion. There are no action that is being taken, nor can there be any action taken that will bring the people into a better condition of civil actions. The white American people have practiced evil and injustice to the man in the mud, the black slave, for so long that they think that there will never be any divine action taken against them for such evil and injustice. But this is what is now affecting. It is the action of divine justice for the poor man, black slave, Allah God, and the person of Master Fly Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, has the power, and he's using his power on the wicked to bring them to their knees. Allah God is the greatest, and there is no equal to him. Allah God can take us by our own way of thinking and spin us as though we are a play toy. We cannot fight a successful fight against him. He is too powerful. He listens in on our thinking, and he is capable of making us to think and to do that which he desired to be done. Excuse me. The great commotion today is witnessed it by the nation of the earth, for it's America whom Allah God is after for mistreatment of the poor so-called Negro. The lost found original black members of their nation. America mistreat and kill her black slave for sport, but America's days is drawing to a close, and she will not have the freedom to mistreat the black slave much longer, as the mistreatment of Egyptian practice against Israel came to an end. So will the mistreatment of the black slave by white America come to an end. America has so blinded and made deaf dumb the black man America, her black slave, that she makes empty promises to the black slave. And he will accept her false promises and forsake the true promises of Allah God and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, who is here offering us heaven at once. Top of the morning, Mike. The great commotion will continue in America until this commotion has destroyed the power of oppositions. The disaster. I'm fine, blessed. There was some wild people on here this morning, man, earlier, man. They didn't want me to tell the truth, man, what's going on, man, right now, man, with these helicopters, plane crash, right? A lot of people don't want to believe what's going on, man. You know what I mean? And they don't really have no conspiracy theories, man. I mean, if your governments don't know what's causing these crashes, right? They said with small planes, they have been like 5 crashes each year. And I went to someone's channel, right? I'm gonna get back to my studies, but I was listening this morning, right before I got started. He was saying that in Philadelphia there was a meter that was coming down. But I tell you guys about the mothership, the mother planes, that they are here, and they are here to drop bombs on the city, and here to drop fire. See, if you go to Second Peter chapter 3, right, verse 7, the heaven and earth are resorted for fire to be kept ungodly for the day of judgment. So it's not a coincidence what happened to Hollywood, man. God's judgment is here. God's judgment is here. See, when I say this, right, a couple of you guys already leave. I'm not even, see, that's why I say I'm not worried about you. See, because when you spread this truth, see, when you start speaking truth, right, truth is going to set our people free. See, I'm so happy. I don't give a damn about voting for people that just don't have it today. They never had it for the black people here in America. But see, I'm so excited that liberty has come, that God has come to intervene. See, that's all I care about. That God is coming to intervene on the wicked. Because the wicked, when they think that they can thwart his plan, when the wicked think that they are mightier than him, when they think that they can come and thwart his plan and purpose, they got it all messed up. Because he comes in a time that you least suspect. And I want to say, never no more will the earth nor the heavens of this earth be let out to these non owners. Because he tried you at it, but you see the results. So never will the heaven and earth be let out to these non owners that have been subduing it, that have not done the right thing. And that's freedom, justice, and equality. And equality. Talk to me. Talk to me. That's why they're in this position that they are today. And no one's going to feel sorry. No one's going to have any sympathy for white America. White America is wicked beyond your and my imagination. So the disaster. We see the title of this chapter is taken from this Holy Quran. Surah 101, 1 through 4. I see the Christians about left. See, you can't be a Christian in America to survive this civilization. To survive this civilization, you have to be a Muslim. Christianity don't even have a proper defense for you. It's a white man made up religion. You can take a rag and wring out that rag and just flung the rag for a little bit. You see, every drop writes slavery for the black man. See, the world knows this, but the foolish, dumb, deaf, blind black man in America, we have been here for over 6,000 years, don't even know. But the resurrection is some of our people in the resurrection is rising to a mental state. See, you got to understand who God is and understand who this devil is and name the beast that he is. Like Joseph, who came out of that land of slavery once you was in captivity. So the disaster. What is the disaster? We'll make you know how terrible is the disaster. In the English language, according to the Resper dictionary, the word disaster means a state of deep distress or misery caused by major misfortune or loss or a great event marked by great loss and lasting distress and affliction. Such disaster is now prevailing in America. It's getting worse daily. The third verse of this chapter of the Holy Quran, Surah 101, verse 3 asks a question, and we'll make you know how terrible is the disaster. The answer is given in the fourth verse. The day wherein men will be as scattered as moths. We do not have to ask anyone whether or not this one of the Holy Quran is now being fulfilled. We see the fulfillment of this prophecy with our eyes and hear with our ears. These great disasters that are now striking America. We see the great division, the great disagreement, disunity, and murder of mass. We see the great amount of raping and murdering of girls and women. There is great robbery and theft going on every hour of the day and night. There are great storms and adverse weather conditions. There are minor earth tremors and hailstorms. There are signs and wonders of signs being displayed in the heaven and earth, and on sea and land. There's unusual behavior of children. There's unusual love or dislike of children by mothers and fathers, and destruction of the process of childbirth. There is the great disaster of starvation and great destruction of health and lives by the use of administering a poison drugs which is practiced upon those who are free and those who are bound. What had been known as America is threatened today with total destruction. America is destroying herself in her effort to destroy her black slave. The water and air of America are being polluted by chemical use. America's scientists of war conducts dreadful experiments on how best to kill human beings by the millions and wipe out the life of whole continents. These are the days of fulfillment, a prophecy of not one but of many disasters. But in all of these preparations, a destruction of human life by the devil, Allah God too has planned to save his people. Allah God has claimed over the black slave as being his people. And the white slaveholder is angry because of the loss of the black slave by the virtue of this claim. Allah God comes to take the black slave away from the enemy white slaveholders and join the black slave into his own kind. Again, the enemy white slaveholders hates this, but Allah God has the power to force the enemy white slaveholders to submit to his will. It is the will of Allah God that enemy white slaveholders let these black slaves go free. Allah God promised concerning the white slaveholders and the black slave. We see the Bible, Isaiah 43, verse 6. I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Be my son from afar, and my daughter from the ends of the earth, America. Since Allah God has now claimed the black slave, giving him the truth, Allah God has called the black slave who accepted the truth by his name. The black slave who have accepted truth of his greatness and being one of the righteous. The nation of his kind belongs to Allah God. The book must be fulfilled, wherein it prophesies that he will claim them to be his own elect. At such time as destruction of America, if Allah God has not chosen some of the people of America, the black slave, to be his people, there will not have been any flesh saved from America. The book, Mark 13:20, teach us, except that the Lord has shortened those days, no flesh will be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he has chosen, he has shortened the days. It is virtue. The black slave must know that this is the time of judgment of both the white slaveholders and the black slave. The black slave must learn to know his place in the judgment. The place of the black slave is with Allah God, his own black people. The black slave had been deprived of knowledge of his God and his own black people. Allah God has come and brought the black slave the truth. The black slave refused to accept the truth. He will be destroyed for willingly and knowingly rejecting the truth when the truth have come in its millers. Disaster, disaster in the country of America. No secret can remain hidden, for the chastisement of Allah God will not let you hide it. As one writer prophesies in the book of Isaiah 18, verse 1, whom to the land, shallow with rings. This prophecy is referring to America, which have a cloud of planes, showering the skies over America almost daily. Now, whom to the land, shallow with rings. This refers to America is referring to America, which have a cloud of planes showering the skies over America almost daily. Now, you guys fill in the blank. Since I read that passage, what do Isaiah 18 verse 1 means? Whom to a land that shallow it means. This referring to the plains that shallow throughout America, through her cities, daily. This is why the people seeing strange, sightings. Big shout out to my brother Muhammad. Give a shout out to Muhammad. Top of the morning to my brother. Now, can America exist? We see the coming of this white man into the Western hemisphere was for the purpose of expansion away from his brethren in Europe. Europe was divinely given to a white race as a home when it was driven out of Arabia 6,000 years ago to to abide there on that continent until the days of reckoning comes to them. These are the days of reckoning for the right race, as the religious scholars and scientists agree. But because of their nature, evil, they cannot help doing evil things against the righteous. They make war against the righteous, the black man, to prevent him from accepting righteousness and the doing of righteousness. Today, the black man in America is a prey in the strong, powerful hands of his enemy, the children of the slave master. For 400 years, the slave master had been mistreated, the slave. And now, in the days of the redemption, they are doing everything possible to save them from accepting the starvation that Allah now offer to the black man of America. So strong is Allah's love for us that he now desired nothing but a total destruction of America. See, they hate me with a bloody hatred, and they tried to kill me for teaching the truth to my people. They do not want this black man of America to enjoy freedom, justice, and equality. Look what they did to Reverend Martin King, a man who was trying to be their brother, a man who probably taught that he did not want to draw the white man's blood. He said if there was any blood to be spilled in, let it be the black man's blood. His words came true, poor man. He was without the knowledge of self, his God, and religion, and so feared with fear of his 400-year-old enemy, that he could never get starvation from his people, from the enemy. See, America had been blessed ever since her father came across the Atlantic, out of the confines of Europe, until this day. Now, for evil done to a slave, see, God threatened her with total destruction. America and Germany are the most evil of the right race. These two governments have been blessed, but they have not shown any worthwhile respect to Allah for his blessing. Allah called people out of all nations of the earth to come to America. They came seeking a heaven and earth, but those who came was evil too. As the Revelation language teaches us, Revelation 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, America the Great, is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and hold every foul spirit, and to cage every unclean and hateful bird. There is no people nor country on earth will feel this prophecy better than America and her people. She had become a house filled with evil practice, with every member of the nation taking part. Yet she had been blessed with a great harvest of food, which is enough to feed the nations of the earth, and for great advancements into the heights of her mechanical knowledge, and with her great wealth in silver and gold, that enable her once upon a time to command the value of silver and gold of the world. But as it is written, all of this growing up of wealth and power, the act of justice was laid at the root of a great tree of prosperity, and authorities of the nation are there to be used by the Holy One to put a stop to the evil practice and injustice to the righteous. America hath prospered from the labors of her black slave. She pays the black man high wages and salary, and then take them back from him to the high cost of living. This high cost of living, trying to live according to the way the white man lives, keeps this black man down. And when he has acquired the education of the white man, but is unable to complete with the white man, become dissatisfied to the degree of creating trouble to find a way to self prosperity against the will of the white man, which is to keep this black man in a condition of poverty, want, and disregard as equal human beings. Yet, while the white man teaches that all human beings are created accordingly, at the same time, he robbed this black man of a chance to be the equal of other human beings. Can America exist with all her wicked doing against this black man in America in a state of inequality with other human beings? The continued existence of America and the way of governments and people other than her own depends on the way she will continue to treat her one slave, the black people of America, due to the prophecy of the Bible from Moses to Jesus and Muhammad. The prophetic saying of these prophets teach us that a coming showdown between Allah God and the slaveholders of his people, black America, must come to pass. The time has arrived of this prophecy of defender coming to defend the prey, so-called man, who is held in bondage by the white slaveholders, who have and are still mistreating the prey to the extent that the world is in sympathy with the prey for justice. Now it is prophesied that a just ruler will come, and he has come to set up a rule or kingdom under laws of justice for people who have lived under laws of injustice by unjust rulers. This must be fulfilled. And the next governments for the people of the universe is going to be under such a glorious rule of freedom, justice, and equality. It is natural that the old ruler will oppose a new ruler coming to remove him and his authority to rule the people. He will fight to keep his place and authorities over the people. This is why Allah threatened his opponents with a final declaration of war that will end the opponent's opposition to his laws of righteousness. I have been writing for many years of the coming doom of the world of Christianity, and mainly America, who is the root and the cause of this present judgment of America. The judgment of America is due to the way that she has treated the so-called the black people of America for 400 years. The very hour in which I'm writing, America is still mistreating her one slave with the worst kind of treatment ever according to human beings. America practiced the way of her fathers' treatment of the American so-called under what she called a law of freedom. But this freedom is only in words, not in practice. The slave master children's blood heart and way of thinking towards the one slave is the same as their fathers. They find it so free to beat and kill the one slave, so-called at will, that they will continue this practice of mistreating and murdering the slave day and night, because there is no law of justice for the black man of America, who is the property of the fathers of the American white citizens. America never think in terms of being equally punished for the wrong done for the so-called nickel. The Bible parable of Balaam riding the donkey must be remembered. When angels went to settle the unjust mistreatment of the donkey by Balaam, angel found Balaam still beaten and forcing the donkey to carry him right in the presence of the visiting angels, who was carrying a sword to bring about the justice between the two. It is almost impossible to say that America can exist. For America to exist, America ruling power, it will make prophets of the Bible and even the Holy Quran prophesied other than the truth. It's impossible to make them outliers who woke the doom of the race that will come at a certain time. And that certain time is now known. The time can be prolonged if the Messiah that the world had been looking for to come for 2,000 years. Desire, for he does what he please. This does not mean that he would change the idea of the doom and destruction of America. But if he pleased, he could have extended her time if she had done almost a marvelous thing like submitting to the righteous, tied and delivered to a mentally dead slave, the so-called Negro. This is the only way America could exist, by bowing submission to the will of God taught by his messengers. The time that we are now living is a time of anger of God against the evildoers. It's a time that the God of righteousness rejoices to repay the evildoers for their doing and to reward the righteous for their righteousness. Be right back. Excuse me. Okay. Righteous. Therefore to curb this set day a doom demand for the doing of righteousness, which by nature was not put in the right race. But they may yet be smart enough to bow to put a stay to the execution for a few days longer, not by intermixing with a slave to enjoy, as long as they are blind, deaf, and dumb, and do not understand. This act only hastens their doom, while the foolish, blind, deaf, dumb, so-called, does not even know that he is being blind, deaf, and dumb to his slaughter. There is no such thing that evil will rule peace. Also, the wicked, according to the prophets, Jeremiah and Isaiah, are the ones who have destroyed the peace from amongst men. My advice to the right man is to make haste. Get in a hurry if you want to live. Bow and submit to that great truth of righteousness, the will of Allah. Will be the end of the war. Many of you may think that if America ends a war in Asia, that will bring peace and prosperity to the people of America. Perhaps someday there may be a lull in a war, but not now. If America and Asia can find a way to bring about a cessation of the war between each other, this does not mean that peace and prosperity is assured. Not this time. There's still a Cold War between America and Russia and other parts of Europe to be reckoned with. Europe will become a dreaded spot when America leaves Asia. It is true, as the prophet has predicted, that America must come out of Asia or be thrown out. Each America and Russia, the two most powerful war factors of the world, is seeking to maintain their rule over the nation of Earth, even to conquer outer space. This will not last long. In a travel investigation to space, Allah God is permitting them to peep into his great unequal creation of power and might, the heavens and earth. Holy Quran teaches that when Allah God gets ready to destroy people, He opens the doors of heaven to them. He gives them a peep into his great wisdom and secret. But this does not mean that this add power to the enemy to be able to war against the Creator. The reason for all of this is due to the fact that Allah God is setting up a kingdom of righteousness, freedom, justice, and equality. Black brothers do not look for high paying jobs and drawing a big roll of money after a war, unless it's with the help of Allah God. You prepare this for yourself, which I advise you to do. The most dreadful divine judgment that have ever been witnessed by man are now coming on America. America is a divine target because she could have bettered herself in the divine eyes of Allah God, becoming a person of Master Falah Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. But America did not and will not better herself, as it is written and prophesied concerning ancient Babylon and Egypt. We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Jeremiah 51, verse 9, because she was not willing to do justice by her captive Jews from Jerusalem. So it was with Pharaoh when Allah Jehovah went after Egypt. The Bible Exodus. Pharaoh refused to give justice to Israel and make war against Allah Jehovah and his prophet Moses to prevent Israel from going free of Pharaoh's enslavement of them. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Been a rough morning, but I'll be back. Till then, make sure you guys find God, get God in your life, man, because you got people that's worldly in this world, man. You know, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. It was much needed. Like I said, you got wild people in the world, man. And Jesus didn't pray for the world, man. He prayed for the believers. So we in this position today, man. You pray for the believers. Don't pray for this world. But I'm out. See ya.